This is the podcast to improve your English listening skills while learning something new in English. Every episode, we bring you interesting topics in simple and clear English, so you can listen, learn, and grow. So, sit back, relax, and let's get started.
Okay, so let's be real for a second. We all know that comfy couch can feel way more inviting than tackling that to-do list, right?
Right.
But you're here with us, which means you're ready to actually ditch procrastination and get stuff done. So we are diving deep today into some practical strategies to overcome laziness. And it's all going to be based on this guide, How to Overcome Laziness.
Oh, I love this guide.
Yeah.
It's so good.
No judgment here.
No.
Just solid advice, people.
Yeah. You know what I find really interesting about this guide? It's not about turning you into this, productivity robot.
Okay.
It's really about tapping into the psychology of motivation.
Okay.
And how to tailor those strategies to your own personal style.
So you're saying I don't have to become some kind of productivity guru overnight?
No, not at all.
Phew.
In fact, the guide actually kicks off by talking about the importance of setting really crystal clear goals. And this might sound simple, but you'd be surprised how many people struggle with motivation just because their goals are way too vague.
Oh, I've totally fallen into that trap.
Oh, yeah.
So many times. It's like staring at this giant, shapeless blob of stuff I need to do.
Right.
How do you even begin to tackle something like that?
Well, that's where the guide's advice on measurable goals really comes in.
Okay.
So instead of just saying something like exercise more,
right,
it actually encourages you to set a very concrete goal. Walk for 30 minutes 3 times a week.
Okay.
That way you have a clear target to aim for.
Right.
And a tangible way to actually track your progress.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm with you.
Good.
That makes a lot of sense. It's if you break down that monster task into those bite-sized pieces, it suddenly feels much more manageable.
Exactly.
It's almost like leveling up in a game, right?
Yeah, totally.
You get that satisfying sense of achievement.
Absolutely.
With each step.
Totally. And speaking of steps, the guide also emphasizes the power of planning and scheduling.
Okay.
I know schedules can feel a bit restrictive to some people, but just hear me out for a second.
Oh, trust me. I am a huge believer in schedules.
Oh, good.
My system might involve a few too many color-coded sticky notes.
Okay, I love it.
But it works wonders for keeping me on track.
Well, whatever keeps you organized, right?
Right.
The beauty of a schedule is that it really minimizes decision fatigue.
Okay, yeah.
You're not wasting that precious mental energy on debating what to do next.
Right.
You just follow the plan.
So having a plan is it's like giving your brain a roadmap, right?
Yeah.
And freeing up mental space to actually focus on the tasks themselves.
Absolutely.
That's pretty clever. Okay, now for the part I'm really excited about.
Okay.
The guide dives into some pretty cool motivation hacks.
Oh, yeah.
Things like inspirational music, motivational quotes, following successful people.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
It's a fun list. But what's even more intriguing is the psychology behind these hacks.
Okay.
Take music, for example. Certain types of music can actually trigger these really powerful emotional responses.
Interesting.
And that can fuel action. Upbeat music, particularly in the genre of Baroque, has actually been shown to increase dopamine levels.
Oh, wow.
Making us feel more energized and focused.
So it's not just about finding a song that sounds nice.
No.
It's about choosing music that scientifically boosts your mood and productivity.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
That's interesting. What about motivational quotes?
Oh, yeah.
It seems like those are everywhere these days.
They are, and for good reason. A well-placed quote can act like a mini pep talk,
Yeah.
It's like this little nudge of encouragement when you need it most.
Yeah.
It's like having a pocket-sized cheerleader
I like that.
on hand at all times.
I can see that. And I imagine following successful people taps into our natural desire to, learn and grow. It's inspiring to see what others have accomplished, especially if they're in a field you're passionate about.
Totally.
It makes you believe that maybe, just maybe, you could achieve great things too.
Absolutely. It's about finding those external sources of motivation that really resonate with your interests and aspirations.
Yeah.
We're all wired a little differently.
Right.
So what works for one person might not work for another.
Yeah.
The key is to experiment and discover what truly sparks your drive.
This whole idea of personalized motivation, it really speaks to me.
Yeah.
Now, the guide also delves into this concept of rewards.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
But it's crucial to remember the importance of balance. Wait, are you suggesting that rewarding myself is a bad thing?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm all about that celebratory dance after finishing a tough project.
Exactly.
Maybe a fancy latte is a treat.
Right.
Rewards are great.
Yeah.
But as the guide points out, burnout is a very real risk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If we push ourselves too hard without giving ourselves proper rest and rejuvenation.
Okay, that makes sense. I used to think rest was like kind of a luxury,
Yeah.
But I've definitely learned that pushing myself to the limit without breaks actually just makes me less productive in the long run.
It's fascinating. There's actually a link between rest and our mental capacity. When we allow our minds and bodies to recharge, we come back to our tasks with so much more focus and creativity.
It's like hitting that reset button.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of resetting, the guide also mentions prioritizing tasks, like tackling those urgent and important things first to reduce that feeling of overwhelm.
Right.
Does that resonate with you?
Absolutely. Prioritizing effectively is like decluttering your mental to-do list.
Right.
Think about clearing off your desk before starting a big project.
Yeah.
It just creates this sense of order and control. Makes it so much easier to just dive in.
That sense of control is definitely a game changer. One more point in the guide that really struck a chord with me was the section on seeking support.
Oh, yeah.
Talking to friends, family, or even a professional can give you, new perspectives and solutions when you feel stuck.
It's so true. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own heads that we lose sight of the bigger picture.
Right.
Sharing our challenges with others can bring fresh insights.
Yeah.
And just as importantly, emotional support. It's like having a team of cheerleaders in your corner.
And sometimes all you need is someone to listen.
Exactly.
Right. Just voicing your concerns out loud can be incredibly cathartic and help you gain clarity. I remember this one time I was drowning in this project, feeling totally unmotivated. And I finally confided in a friend. And simply talking it through with her, it helped me see the problem from a whole new angle.
Wow.
It was as if she held up a mirror, reflecting back a solution I couldn't see on my own.
That's the beauty of human connection.
Right.
We're social creatures by nature.
Yeah.
We thrive on collaboration and shared experiences.
Yeah.
Even if someone doesn't have a direct solution to our problem, the act of sharing it can be so empowering.
So it's not just about tackling things solo. It's about recognizing that we don't have to go it alone.
Exactly.
We've covered a lot of ground today. From setting those crystal clear goals and planning our time, to discovering those unique motivation triggers and embracing the power of support. This deep dive has given us a whole toolbox of practical tips for conquering laziness.
Yeah, it's been an insightful journey. But it's important to remember that overcoming laziness is an ongoing process.
Right.
There will be days when you feel more motivated than others, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your wins. And keep experimenting with different strategies until you find what truly works for you.
It's all about progress, not perfection.
Exactly.
And before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question based on what we've discussed today. Since this whole journey is about progress, what's one small step, that you can take today to build momentum? Maybe it's jotting down a specific goal, blocking off time in your schedule for focused work,
Right.
or even just putting on some of that Baroque music we talked about.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, take that step and feel the power of moving forward.
That's such a great challenge to leave our listener with. Remember, even the smallest actions can create ripples of change. Embrace those tiny steps, and you'll be amazed at how they pave the way to a more productive and fulfilling you.
It's been a fascinating deep dive exploring these practical ways to, overcome laziness.
It really has.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. Until next time, stay curious and keep striving for progress.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.